I just have a few announcements for you this morning. First of all, if you're a guest with us this morning, we certainly want to welcome you. Thank you for worshiping with us. If you'll take your connection slip and fill that out and hand it into the Welcome Center out in the narthex, we have a free gift for you as our way of saying thanks for worshiping with us. Also, if you've been worshiping with us for a while and just haven't taken that next step of membership, our next new member class is on the last Wednesday of the month. That's January 31st. And the first Wednesday of February, that's the 7th. If you are interested at all in membership or learning more about that, or if you know somebody who may be, please see Pastor Chuck or myself afterwards. We'll be happy to talk to you about that. Out in the narthex, you'll still see the youth envelope ladder, and that's a fundraiser that goes toward the youth mission trip. And how that works is whatever envelope you take, whatever number is on that, that's the amount that you fill that envelope with, amount of money, and you bring that back in, and that will go to the youth mission trip. And also that's good for that many years off of purgatory. Just kidding, that's the wrong church, that's why we left it. But no, that's the youth will certainly appreciate your donations there. Also, there's the blood drive up in the former sanctuary annex, so we're still looking for a few donors. That they still accept walk-ins, so if you've had enough to eat for breakfast and are feeling up to giving blood, they will certainly appreciate some walk-ins on that. We're also in need of some volunteers for making Easter candy and crosses. It's that time again for making Easter eggs for Lent. So the women's ministry will appreciate any help that they can receive on January 27th. From 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And also, just a reminder, any of the children you may see today in their pajamas, that's because the children's ministry is having a pajama party after this service up in the former sanctuary, where they'll have popcorn and movies. And even if your kids aren't in pajamas, or even if you didn't bring your pajamas, you're still welcome to go and enjoy the movie with them and just have that time of fellowship. All right, and we have one final announcement. I'd like to invite Bill Rarig up to share about Stephen Ministry.
Good morning. June 1993, 8 people were commissioned at this church to begin a program called Stephen Ministry. Now, 25 years later, we have 30 Stephen ministers working individually with someone who has some kind of a concern, problem, or other kind of challenge. That's a lot of growth. But the reason I'm here today is to tell you that we need help. With Pastor Chuck's changed focus for his ministry, we need the Stephen Ministry program to expand to cover some of the needs that are now coming forth. Some Stephen ministers are going to need to support the Cancer Companion Program. We also need Stephen ministers to fill in some of the pastoral visits that occur between the time that Pastor Chuck or Ben can get to them. Now, the first thing you need to know about being a Stephen minister is that you, as you sit there today, have the skills needed to do that job well. They're from God. God will use them to support somebody in need. There's a series of 8 or 9 Monday night training sessions starting a week from tomorrow, the 29th. And those sessions are merely charted to help you figure out how to use the skills you already have in a way that can support and minister to those in need. There are no tests. And what we need to do is to have each and every one of you pray silently as to what God wants you to do as the next step in your own personal faith walk. And if he's putting it on your heart that Stephen Ministry might be something that he thinks you should get involved with, I will be standing right at that railing at the end of the service. If you feel that Stephen Ministry is for you, I'll be glad to talk to you and give you the details. If you have questions, I'll be glad to talk to you as well about that. So please make sure that we have the people needed to continue the personal ministry to those of our congregation who are in need, because that's what God's family is all about.